Going on to get this camera on, get my mic on, and wait a few minutes, and then we'll talk about the game that was Sunday. What's up, Jared and Jameson and Paulie and Panther Sports? So yeah, I'll wait a few minutes and let the notifications go out. Sometimes the notifications aren't instant, but what's going on, peeps? It's a nice cool day. Fix my camera here. Man, it's nice and cool. It's nice and cool today, man. It's like in the low 80s. It's like it's not like in the 95 degrees today, which is welcome. So I'll get about another minute because sometimes the YouTube notifications are really slow. Everybody knows that. So everybody knows that. But yeah, I'll go over the game a little bit. I got my notes written down, and then I have the injury list, man. Saints had a bunch of guys on the list today, on the Wednesday list, but most of them are limited. They not like they weren't practicing, so. Yeah, the Broncos stunk up the place, huh? That was crazy, huh? What's up, Jacob? Yeah, that was crazy the other night, Monday night, when the Broncos. What's up with that idiot coach trying a 64-yard field goal when he had 3 timeouts left? That was just crazy. But all right, so let's get started a little bit. So I'm probably only be like a half-hour stream, something like that. So because there's not really much. It's not gonna be too long to talk about. But anyway, so the Saints did win 27-26 as Will Lutz hit I think it was a 54-yard field goal, about 20 seconds left, and the Saints were able to survive. But they didn't play well. Saints didn't play well at all. But I want to go over the injury list because the Saints have a bunch of guys that were on the end. They had like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 players. Yeah, 11 players on the injured list today. Who we play next week? Tampa Bay. Cam Jordan, hip. He was limited in practice, which means he practiced, but he was limited. So at least he practiced. Alvin Kamara had a rib injury. He was limited. Marcus May had an ankle injury. He's limited. Traquan Smith, a shoulder injury, he was limited. Dwayne Washington, hamstring, limited. Jameis Winston, he was on the list today. Someone with his back, he was limited. Landon Young, hip, limited. Mark Ingram, ankle, limited. Alante Taylor, hip, limited. Throckmorton had an illness, he was limited. And then Paulson Adebo didn't practice today. He was out last week, so he has an ankle injury, but so at least some of these guys were limited. We'll see what happens Friday. Friday is the list that you don't want to be on. Friday is the list that you do not want to be on at all, because more than likely that means you're not going to play. More than likely, but yes, the Saints play the Falcons over the weekend, and they really didn't play well for the first 3 quarters. Anybody watch the game? You saw it. The Saints defense got torched, especially in the run game. We gave up over like 200 yards rushing. Let's see. Yeah, we gave up like 200. Was it 201 yards rushing we gave up. Like 5.3 yards per rush. But we just couldn't stop them. We were horrible. We didn't sack the quarterback at all. I know Mariota is a mobile quarterback, but we didn't sack him at all. We didn't sack him at all. Our run defense was horrible. We didn't really get much of pass rush. Saints were very, very fortunate to win this football game, but a win's a win. A win's a win in the NFL, so that's all that really matters. But the Saints did sign Latavius Murray to the practice squad. I think that's more maybe kind of insurance on Kamara this week. Or now I didn't know that Ingram was on the injured list too. But so Latavius Murray was signed to the practice squad. We also signed a Trey Swillen, a defensive back, to the practice squad. So that's probably because of Alontae Taylor, I would assume. But all right, so let's like I said, the Saints offensive line. I mean, we gave up 4 sacks. But this was mostly, in the first 3 quarters, we just couldn't block, really couldn't block at all. Our run game was pretty much held in check, mainly because we were down the whole game. Taysom Hill was a leading rusher. He had 4, but he had 4 carries. I wrote this down. 4 carries for 81 yards. Like 50 of it was like on one play. So, but Kamara only had 9 carries. Ingram only had 4. So Saints really weren't able to run the football because they were behind. They were down 26-10 in the fourth quarter. So that's something that's going to have to change this next week. You can't get behind at all that much in football games in the NFL, especially if you want to be successful. But the Saints did get the win. Jameis Winston, he threw for 269 yards. He didn't have he did throw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is good. But what else I wrote down here? I wrote down that Jarvis Landry had 7 catches. Jarvis Landry, 7 catches for 114 yards. Jarvis Landry he had a big catch with about that was like about a minute. I think it was a minute left to go in the fourth quarter. He has a 40-yard catch on the sideline. I've been under a minute, but it was a big catch. It got us in the field goal territory. Michael Thomas, he had 5 catches, 2 touchdowns, and also Olave. Olave had a big 2-point conversion in the fourth quarter. So the Saints receiving core, which was really suspect last year, came through in the fourth quarter Sunday as Landry, Thomas, and Olave. Those gonna be our 3 best. That's gonna be our 3 best players in the receiving core. But Juwan Johnson actually had a good. Oh, I'm red on OBS. Hope it comes back. Okay, it does. But Juwan Johnson had a tight end, did a good job blocking. But what else I wrote down here? Let's see. What else I wrote down here? But we had like 34 passes and 19 rushes. I mean, that's not really a stat that you really want to. That's not a good stat. You want to have more, balanced between running and throwing. But when you're behind the whole game, it's kind of hard to do that. So hopefully this week against Tampa Bay, we can not get behind because the Buccaneers are a lot better than the Falcons. Buccaneers are a lot better than the Falcons, and we can't get behind 26-10 in the fourth quarter because we more than likely will not win the football game. So that's really much all I got about the game. So I'll talk about the next game, Buccaneers. Yeah, the Buccaneers. So the Saints play Tampa Bay coming up, and Tampa Bay they won 19-3 against Dallas so Sunday night, and of course Dak Prescott was injured, but Buccaneers still got the win. Now the Saints have actually beaten Tom Brady 4 times in the regular season. We played them, but they beat us in the postseason that one year, yeah, I mean, I don't like that stat. I just don't like that stat that we've beaten them 4 straight times in the regular season. But the Saints have not started 2-0. I wrote this down. They have not started 2-0 since 2013. So every year they've either been 1-1 or 0-2 ever since 2013. So the Saints have a tall task against Tampa Bay. I know Leonard Fournette ran for like 130 yards against Dallas. So the Saints are going to have their hands full, of course. I don't know if Godwin's going to play, but I did hear where they said that Godwin's injury wasn't really as serious as they first thought. So Godwin might play. He might play this Sunday against the Saints, which is he's a good receiver. And with us not having Paulson and Debo, I don't like that matchup at all because Lattimore he's our one cornerback, but he made a boneheaded play late in the game which set up the 63-yard field goal that Atlanta was gonna. That if they would have hit it, they would have won. But Lattimore's got to play better at the end of games. Lattimore's got to play better end of games. He can't have a stupid personal foul call, and that could have cost the Saints the game, but it didn't, as they blocked the field goal to win the game. So, let's see what else I wrote down on my. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, I said Kamara had 9 carries for 39 yards. Ingram only had 4 carries, 22 yards. He had a fumble. Ingram had a fumble in the game, which was really was alarming, honestly. Can't remember what happened on that. I'm trying to remember what happened on that drive when Ingram fumbled. If the Falcons got a field goal out of that, I think they did. I think that's when they got that field goal, and they went up 26-10. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go back and look at the play-by-play sheet, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But the Saints, I said they did what they had to do. Let's look at what the Buccaneers did against Dallas, because all right. All right. Let me help out pull up the NFL schedule, not the NBA. But all right. Okay, so last week Brady he did have a touchdown, it did have an interception. They ran the ball for 152 yards. Did Tampa Bay 4.6 yards per rush? That's gonna be something that the Saints are gonna have to not let happen. They can't allow Tampa Bay to get a 4.6 yards per rush and then 150 yards rushing, because it's probably gonna be a recipe for disaster for the Saints. But the offensive, the Saints' offensive line, their defensive line, they're going to play much, much better this week. Cesar Ruiz, man, he's just a lost cause. He just was a bad pick for the Saints. So a few years ago, I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. He struggles at guard. Eric McCoy was an outstanding draft pick, but I think he was the year before that. But I'm concerned about this game a little bit, because it's the way we played. Sunday. Didn't play 4 quarters at all. But trying to see. Let me look at Godwin, see if he didn't play last week, or did he play? Yeah, he played. He did play last week. Look at one thing. Trying to find out if there's an injury status on Godwin here. Come on, ESPN app. Why are you being like that? Yeah, so Mike Evans, Godwin. It's gonna be tough, Matt. It's gonna be tough. I think the Saints are gonna win. I think they're gonna win a close game, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be high scoring. I think this game is going to be high scoring. You're not going to see it at 19-10 or something like that. The last time we played the Buccaneers, we won 9-0. So you're not going to see that this coming weekend. I think the Saints. I think the Saints are going to win about 32-27. But that's a 28. I'm trying to think of what I said in my preview video. I think it's at 32-28. But that's what I think to say. I think the Saints are going to win. I think they're going to have to outscore Tampa. I don't think our defense is going to be able to. I don't think our defense is going to be able to stop them. I don't. Not what I saw this past Sunday. Saints. That's the problem when these players don't. They don't play in the regular season that much. They hold these starters out. They hold the starters out all the time, and they play very limited in the preseason. So, which I understand. You don't want players getting hurt in meaningless preseason games. But that's all I got, man. I don't know. Yeah, 11 were on the injured list. I went over that. They got 11 players on the Cam Jordan, Kamara, Marcus May, Traquan Smith, Wayne Washington, Winston, Landon Young, Ingram, Taylor, Throckmorton, Paulson Adebo. Man, just but hopefully, what team do I hate most in our division? The Falcons. But hopefully, by Friday, some of these guys that are limited are going to be a full go in practice. But we can't have that many players on the injured list on Friday. But so we'll see what happens on Friday, man. But so what y'all think about the first week, man? Was there any surprises? My picks were horrible. My picks were horrible. They were garbage. I thought the Colts were going to win. No, the Colts, they tied. The Colts tied that game. Who else? I thought Denver was going to win. Denver should have won, but they couldn't score a touchdown in goal to go situations, which is crazy. Denver blew that game away. And the Giants, I actually thought the Giants were going to lose. I picked Tennessee to win, and the Giants went for 2. I got it. Hey, big kudos, man. You play to win the game, right? Play to win the game. And so kudos for the Giants, man. I mean, I didn't see them beating the Titans, but yeah, man. So what y'all guys think about the Saints and the Buccaneers? What y'all think is going to happen this Sunday? But I think the Saints are going to win. That's just me. That's just probably the homer in me. But Tom Brady doesn't have Gronk. Godwin might not play, so, and it's in the Superdome, so I think the Saints are gonna come out with the dub. So, and Tom Brady's gotta have. I mean, Father Time has to catch up with him, right? Father Time has to catch up with Tom Brady eventually. It's caught up with every player in the NFL. Every player in the NFL. There's Jared Williams' friend. It's Jared Williams' friend in the chat. You can take care of him, Jared, if you want to. But yeah, I mean, Tom Brady should retire. Tom Brady did retire, and then he unretired. Now Giselle's all mad at him. Hello, Jeff in his own. I don't know why he's in there, man. He's always following you, man. So it's like he's following you. I don't know who that is. You still haven't figured out who that is? Am I doing baseball tonight? Yeah, I'm doing the Yankees and the Red Sox at 6 o'clock. So I plan to only do this little chit chat about a half hour. But Tom Brady has a bunch of money. So he should definitely. I mean, does he want to retire? I mean, does he want to retire and spend time with his wife and his family? I mean, jeez, what's he got to prove? He's won 7 Super Bowls. So something happened with that. But yeah, man. So the Saints. I think the Saints are 2.5-point underdogs against the Bucks this Sunday. So I will be calling that one. I don't have any family gatherings this weekend. So you're going to the Guardians game Saturday. Guardians, Cleveland. Yeah, the Browns won. The Browns beat the Panthers, which kind of helps the Saints out a little bit. So, but I thought Carolina was going to win that game. But Cade York, LSU boy, kicked the game-winning field goal for Cleveland. So thank you, Cleveland. Thank you, Cleveland, for helping us out a little bit because I think we play Carolina next week. Let's see. I think we play Carolina the following week. I don't think next week is the yeah, we play the Buccaneers, then the Panthers, then we have then the Saints have the London game against the Vikings. Okay, so yeah, so I'll be up early that day. You know when the Saints played the Vikings in London, I have to be up really early. I'll maybe make some bacon and eggs. But yeah, man. So that's all I got about the Saints, man. That's really all I got about the Saints game. But I know they just they didn't play four quarters. Um, last Sunday, so hopefully they can play 4 quarters this Sunday. You know, we got to protect the quarterback. We can't give up 4 sacks, and we're going to have to get in a situation where we just can't rely on the passing game. We have to run the football. We can't get down. So, man, geez, Jared Williams is making multiple counts, man. So, man, it's crazy that he's not giving up. He's not giving up on, man. So usually, sometimes he super chats me, the fake Jared. So, sometimes he's fake. He's super chatting me, whoever he is. So, man. The London game for the Saints. Yeah, I'm gonna call the London game for the Saints. The real Jared got timed out. Okay, never mind. I thought the real Jared got timed out by mistake. We can't. You're a mod. You can't get tried. You can't get timed out unless I time you out. Never mind. Forgot about that. Yeah, you can't get timed out unless I do it. So but yeah, I saw retracted. So I thought that Thursday Night Football. Yeah, I'll be doing that one. I had to order Prime today. I had to order Amazon Prime today, so so I can watch it. So I'm just gonna have to, eventually I'll make the money back. Doing the game, so be all right. It'll be all right. So I had to shell out $140 for the year for Amazon Prime, but I just have to make sure I do every single Thursday night game. That way, I can make it back. And then once the football season ends, I'll just cancel Amazon Prime and then repick it up, next year. So yeah, the Lions played pretty good. They actually played pretty good. Almost beat the Eagles. They played better than I thought they were. Actually, I had Detroit winning this weekend. I actually picked the Lions to win this weekend. Y'all playing the team formerly known as the Redskins football team, right? Let's see. Yeah, the Lions are playing the football formerly known as the football team, the former Redskins. So that's right. I agree. Curse in disguise. The Saints have to get better in stopping the run. Gardner Johnson was a huge loss, but I agree. I didn't like losing him. I didn't like losing Gardner Johnson. The Saints' run defense was pretty pathetic Sunday. It was pretty pathetic Sunday. They gave up over 200 yards rushing. Cordell Patterson, we couldn't stop him, man. I mean, there was a point where there was a point in the game they were getting like 8-9 yards of rush. It was really upsetting. I was like, geez, I mean, can we stop me? I mean, they're going right at the A gap every play. The Atlanta was running the same damn play every time, and they were getting 8-9 yards. It was aggravating. It was really aggravating that the Saints. But look, they won the game. They won the game Sunday, which all that matters. They were fortunate that Mariota fumbled inside the 10-yard line. And then they're also fortunate they couldn't get a 3rd and 1 and run out the clock. So, but hey, look, you know, I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. But the Saints have a lot to clean up this week. Look, man, you know, your first and your second week usually make your most improvements, and that goes with Tampa Bay too. They're going to improve also. But I don't know how many accounts this guy can make, because you can only make so many with Google on an account. So I don't know who you ticked off, Jared, but this guy follows you all the time, man. But that's all I got, man. I'm gonna end it now. I figured I'd do this about a half hour, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can get some another Saints fan on here. I know there's some that do have a channel, so I want to see if we can work something out, and then grow the channel, grow the Saints, my Saints content from there. So, but yeah, man. So, yes. So the Saints they win 27-26 over the Falcons. This week we got the Buccaneers. So I'll see you guys later tonight. Later tonight when the Yankees take on the Red Sox. They take on the Red Sox. So yes, right. I agree. Curse in disguise. The Saints of the past have crushed the Buccaneers, especially the past 2 years. But it's going to be a we're going to have to have some better run defense. And we're going to have to get into a situation where we're not throwing the ball every down. That's what really hurt us Sunday, is that we were in a situation we had to throw the football all the time. So we gotta stay away from that Sunday. Control the clock, play some defense, man. Do something. Get to Tom Brady, sack him, man. Sack him. You know, we didn't sack Mariota. We pressured Mariota a little bit, but we couldn't get to him. I know he's a mobile quarterback, but still, you gotta affect the quarterback. So Tom Brady's pretty much he's a statue. So the Saints should be able to get some pressure on Brady, and hopefully we can force him into some interceptions. But no, Gardner Johnson was always a thorn in his side, and Gardner Johnson's not here. So. Somebody else is going to have to be his thorn. Maybe the honey badger. Maybe the honey badger can be a thorn in his side and pick him off a little bit. But yeah, it sucks that we lost Garnett Johnson. But yeah, I think Prescott's out 6 to 8 weeks. I think I saw some of it. I think he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Kamara only had like 9 carries, and but mainly that's because we were down by so much. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to run block better. The only running back that we had that did anything was Taysom Hill. He did all that in one play. He had like a 57-yard run, and so. Saints are going to have to run the ball better this weekend. We can't have a situation where we are just not running the football. So hopefully they can fix some issues and get healthy. I know we got 11 players on the injured list, so that was on the injured list today. So, but majority of those guys were limited. So that gives me, I think. All of them will play this Sunday. The only guy that's going to be out probably be Paulson Adebo. And we need to get him back. We need to get Paulson Adebo back. But all right, guys, I will see you guys in about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Whew. Yeah. I agree. Curse of disguise. I think they did use Taysom Hill perfectly in the football game. Like he came in situations to run the I guess the wildcat you want to call it, And that's what I was hoping they would do on the 2-point conversion, but they brought in Ingram from some reason. They brought in Ingram for some reason, and that's what they should have done. Was they should have brought in Taysom Hill on that 2-point conversion. They should have. That way you have an option where he can throw it or run it in. But I kind of figured that Taysom Hill would still play. I mean, he's not playing really quarterback, but he would still run the Wildcat, if you want to call it. I kind of figured the Saints would still do that, but he's good at that. He's good at that. So all right, man. So hopefully we blocked Jared Williams enough where he can't make any more accounts. So he's not bothering us for the baseball game. Man, you can only make so many Google accounts with like a phone number. So he must have a bot system where he gets phone numbers. Yeah. Using Taysom Hill in short yardage situations is a plus for the Saints, because I don't know why they did that in the it worked out, won the game, but still I still think they should have used Taysom Hill on that 2-point conversion late in the game instead of Ingram, but it all worked out at the end. So I think you'll see more of Taysom Hill this weekend. He'll play the quarterback Wildcat. And I want to see them throw the football to Taysom Hill too. I don't think he had a catch this weekend. I don't think he did. I don't recall him having any catches, but as long as Olave and Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas keeps making catches, we're not gonna really need him to. We still gotta use a tight end a lot. Still gotta use a tight end. But yeah, so all right, man. So yeah, I'll be back later tonight for the adding Taysom to your fantasy draft. I don't know, man. I guess you can use him as a I don't know. But he probably got you some points this past weekend because he had the touchdown, and he had 80 yards rushing. So he might not be a bad pickup for fantasy. I might have to think about that too. I might think about the same thing. I have to go see if he's even available in the leagues I'm in, and see who I can drop. Might not be a bad idea. So, all right, man. I'm gonna get on out. So I'll let Jared can quit making accounts. But at least he's giving me views. That's a plus. But he aggravates people, so. Let's see. Hill got you 14 fantasy points. Huh. Interesting. 14 fantasy points. Man, all right. But it's a lot better. It's a lot better than some of my players got this week. Some of my players didn't even get 10 points. So 14 would have been a lot better than that. But y'all have a good one, and I'll see you guys later tonight.